Thank you once again for joining us for Leaders in Coffee here in Gables Insider, the special election edition. And we're joined now by Alex Bucelo, candidate for Coral Gables City Commissioner in group number 3. Alex, welcome to Leaders in Coffee.
Thank you, and thank you for having me.
So what motivated you to run for City Commission?
It's simple. I come from a family of community service. I was born and raised in Coral Gables. And as a I've been a lifelong resident. I've made it my mission to serve the city that I care for. I've done so by serving the Code Enforcement Board now for several years. And I believe I have the vision and energy to continue to do so and bring that energy to City Commission.
What is your stance on the city's current rate of development, and how would you affect or change that?
You know, talking to the residents, I've come to realize that is one of the biggest issues that is facing our residents and our community in general. And I'm in favor of what's called smart and controlled development by maintaining current limits on building heights, scale, density, et cetera, parking requirements. I would also support something that I've come to realize, and I've speaking to the residents, is that of mixed use development to alleviate traffic, parking issues. And lastly, and most importantly, I will promote new urbanism practices that encourage walkability, public space, and after-hours commerce, such as bringing more businesses to the downtown district, such as restaurants, galleries, so on and so forth.
That leads us to the next question. You mentioned parking, but with parking also comes traffic. The development has also brought gridlock to our traffic situation in the Gables. What would you do to improve our traffic situation?
Great question. And yes, I do think both of them are interchangeable. Traffic is definitely one of the biggest issues that our residents face. If elected, again, I think, as you said, they're both interchangeable. I would support mixed use development, which would again encourage and alleviate traffic in the downtown. It would also encourage, which I am a firm believer of, is the freebie, expand that into the residential areas. And lastly, and most importantly, I think as well, is the trolley system. I think these two methods of transportation have to be expanded and have to be utilized by our residents.
As far as the biggest concern that we've been hearing from residents here in Gables Insider about transparency and access to government, what will you do to ensure that residents have a larger input as far as government decisions?
Great question as well. Transparency is one of my main things in my campaign. I've been saying that from the onset of my campaign. I believe most of the major issues we're facing today need complete resident involvement and input. I'll always be a strong advocate of open door policy, as well as the resident reach out. And again, both are done so by proper notification and electric notifications, and just truly getting the residents out there and have them voice their opinions and work as a teammate with us in the commission.
For those residents who are undecided in this race, what message do you send them?
Again, I come from a family of service. I've been endorsed by 3 past Coral Gables mayors. I've also had the honor of being endorsed just recently by the Coral Gables Fraternal Order of Police. I've come to talk to I'll just brought like hundreds of residents, and I know what the issues are, I know what their concerns are, and I promise to bring that vision and energy to City Commission and help alleviate these issues. Thank you.
Alex Bucelo, candidate for Coral Gables City Commissioner in group number 3. Thank you so very much for joining us here in Gables Insider.
Thank you so much.
Thank you all for watching, and tune in next time for another special edition of the elections in Coral Gables here on Gables Insider.